press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome to part 11 of NEET and JEE revision class. So in this class, I am going to discuss the questions on P-block elements. So question number 121 is, question number 121. Which among the following is the strongest base? The strongest base in the following compounds is ammonia, PS3, ASS3 and stibine, SBS3. So hydrates of 15th group elements, on moving down the group, usually the acidic character increases. Acidic character increases. It means that the basic character decreases. That is why, so for the question number 121, so first option is the right option. So because ammonia is the strong base. So each central atom of 15th group in the given hydrates has one lone pair of electron. So nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic and stibine, that also contains, antimony also contains lone pair electrons, but nitrogen has a greater tendency to donate electrons because of small size, and the most strongly electrons are directed so that it can form a bond with an acid readily. That is why for the question number 121, first option is the right option. Next, question number 122. P4O10, phosphorus pentoxide, P4O10 is the N-hydride of the following. P4O10 is the N-hydride of the following. So we know that, so if we take H3PO3, this is orthophosphorus acid. If it loses water molecules, we get P4O6. P4O6. So 4 into 3, 12 hydrogen, 6H2O, 6 plus 6, 12, 4 into 3, 12. So P4O6, phosphorus trioxide, it is the N-hydride of orthophosphorus acid. Orthophosphorus acid. Phosphorus acid. Orthophosphorus acid. Similarly, so if we take orthophosphoric acid, H3PO4, so it also gives phosphorus pentoxide, P4O10, along with the formation of water. So 4 phosphorus atoms are there, 4 H3PO4, hydrogen 12, 6H2O. So oxygen 4 into 4, 16, 10 plus 6, 16. Hence, P4O10 is the N-hydride of orthophosphoric acid. Orthophosphoric acid. But P4O10 is the N-hydride of the following. So orthophosphoric acid. So orthophosphoric acid. So that is in the third option. Hence for the question number 122. So third option is the right option. Is clear? Next question number 123. Question number 123. Which of the following compounds gives ammonia on heating? So first compound, ammonium nitrate. Ammonium nitrate, NH4, NO3. On heating it gives 2H2O plus N2O. Nitrous oxide is formed. So here no ammonia is formed when ammonium nitrate is heated. Then second one, ammonium nitrate, NH4NO2, which on heating it gives 2H2O and N2. Nitrogen gas is liberated. Then similarly, ammonium dichromate, NH4 twice Cr2O7 on heating. So it gives nitrogen N2 plus Cr2O3 plus H2O. Then similarly, so fourth option, ammonium carbonate, NH4 twice CO3, on heating it gives ammonia and carbonic acid, H2CO3. So here it gives ammonia on heating. Then magnesium ammonium phosphate, MgNH4PO4. Magnesium ammonium phosphate, on heating it gives ammonia and magnesium hydrogen phosphate, MgHCO3. In this case also ammonia gas is liberated. So that is why, so for the question number 123, so fourth and fifth andre, so your option is the fourth option. So fourth option is the right option. So when ammonium carbonate on heating gives ammonia and magnesium ammonium phosphate on heating also gives ammonia. So fourth and fifth means fourth option is the right option for question number 123. Is clear? Next. So question number 124. Question number 124. Correct order of thermal stability of the hydrates of the group 15 is correct order of thermal stability. So in 15th group elements, the hydrates are NH3, so PH3, ASH3, SBH3 and BiH3. Ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stibine and bismuthine. So on moving down the group, the molecular size or the distance between the 15th group element and hydrogen atom goes on increases because it increases in the atomic size. So as a result of which, metal and hydrogen bond length increases, bond strength decreases. Therefore, so ammonia, it is more stable. The stability of NH3 is high and stability of BS3 is low. On moving down the group, thermal stability of the hydrates of 15th group elements decreases. That is why, so first option is the, second option, ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stibine and bismuthine. So second option is the right option. Is clear? Second option is the right option. Next question number 125. Roasting of sulfides gives the gas X as a byproduct. This is a colorless gas with the choking smell of burnt sulfur, and causes great damage to respiratory organs as a result of acid rain. Its aqueous solution is acidic and acts as a reducing agent, and its acid has never been isolated. The gas X is. Roasting of sulfides. So when sulfide ores or sulfides on heating in the presence of oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. So this is the gas. The other statement is, this is a colorless gas with the choking smell of burnt sulfur. So when sulfur burnt in oxygen, it also produces sulfur dioxide. Then it causes great damage to respiratory organs as a result of acid rain. Its aqueous solution is acidic. So aqueous solution of this acid, so H2O, it produces H2SO3 and also H2SO4, sulfurous acid and also sulfuric acid. then it is a good reducing agent. The sulfur dioxide, in the presence of moisture, it undergoes oxidation to form H2SO4. Is clear? So this sulfuric acid, it is present in acid race. Is it clear? Acid and the sulfuric acid that is obtained by the oxidation of sulfur at a higher temperature due to lightning. Sulfur trioxide, that sulfur trioxide dissolves in water to form sulfuric acid. That sulfuric acid which drops along with rainwater. Is clear? Hence, second option is the right option for question number 125. Is clear? Next, question number 126. Question number 126. Match the following. Pure nitrogen is obtained from, pure nitrogen that is obtained by heating sodium azide. Observe madri, NaN3, sodium azide. It can form Na and nitrogen, N2, 2NaN3, 3 and 2. Pure nitrogen that is obtained from sodium azide or barium azide. Andre, so ನೀವು A ಅನ್ನ 4 ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ. So A4. Then second one, Haber's process. Haber's process for manufacturing ammonia, B3 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. B3. Is clear? ನೋಡಿ A4, B3 ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. A4 ಇರೋದು ಒಂದೇ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. A4 is ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬಿಡ್ರಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್, ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಸಲ್ಫ್ಯೂರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್, C2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. C2 ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ದೆನ್ ಡಿಕಾನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್, D1. ಸೊ D1, C3, D1. So here C3 and D1. ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. A4, B3, C2, D1. So that is comes under fourth option. So for the question number 126, fourth option is the right option. Is clear? Next, question number 127. Question number 127. Assertion and reason type question. Assertion A, direct absorption of sulfur trioxide in water is commercially not possible. So this assertion is right. So question number 127, the assertion A is right. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಲ್ಫ್ಯೂರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಲ್ಫರ್ ಟ್ರೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇನ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಸೊ SO3 in water to form H2SO4. SO3 in water to form H2SO4. SO3 plus H2O, we get H2SO4. Commercially it is not possible on large scale. The reason is, so after the formation of sulfuric acid or the dissolution of sulfur trioxide in water, it is an exothermic process. So as a result of which the acid fog is formed. Acid fog is formed, so that further dissolution of sulfur trioxide in water, it is not possible. Is clear? So assertion is right. Then reason, it forms a mist of corrosive vapors. Corrosive vapors andre acid vapors bartade. It forms a mist. Acid fog is formed. Mist andre acid fog. So that is why reason is also correct. So hence, so first option is correct. Both assertion and reasons are correct. Reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Hence for the question number 127, so option 1 is the right option. So first option is right. Assertion no correct ಇದೆ, reason and its explanation is also correct. Next question number 128. Question number 128. In which of the following arrangements the given sequence is not strictly according to the property indicated against it? First option, carbon monoxide, silica, SnO2 and PbO2 increasing oxidizing power. So look at the 14th group elements are moving from carbon to lead. Stability of the lower oxidation state increases, but lead in PbO2 plus 4 oxygen state, it becomes a good oxidizing agent since it is immediately changes back into Pb plus 2. It means that it gains 2 electrons. Oxidizing agent is a substance which gains electrons. That is why first option is the correct option. Next, second option. HF, HCl, HBr and HI increasing acidic strength. That is also correct. So as the bond dissociation enthalpy decreases, HF, HCl, HBr and HI, so hydrogen and halogen madhya bond length ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That is why the acidic strength increases. So reason is due to decrease in bond dissociation enthalpy. Then another one, H2O, H2S, H2SE, H2TE. So their acidic character increases. Water is neutral, H2S acidic, H2SE again a little more acidic, then H2T is also acidic, increasing pKa value. So that is wrong. Not increasing pKa, increasing Ka value ಆಗಬೇಕು. So that is why third option is wrong. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ not strictly according to the property, third one. So ಯಾಕೆ? So the increasing order of acid ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು, increasing Pa ಅಂತ ಆಗಬೇಕು. Increasing not Pa, Ka. So because we know that pKa is equal to minus log to the base 10 Ka. So as acidic character increases, Ka value increases. Higher the Ka, lower the pKa. Increasing pKa ಅಲ್ಲ, decreasing pKa. Next, so third option is wrong. Fourth one, ammonia, phosphine, arsine and stibine increasing acidic character. That is right. Either increasing acidic character or decreasing the basic character. So therefore, for question number 128, third option is right. Next, question number 129. Question number 129. Which one of the following orders is correct for the bond dissociation enthalpy of halogen molecules? So look at the halogen family elements. So fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. On moving down the group, molecular size increase. Is it clear? So it has a smaller in size fluorine, so fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. The atoms al tagondaga, but these are all diatomic molecules. Is it clear? Nodi hagadre bond dissociation enthalpy. So on moving down the group, size increases. Therefore the bond dissociation enthalpy decreases. Bond dissociation enthalpy decreases. But among these compounds, so we know that in general fluorine has a low bond dissociation enthalpy. So because it is smaller in size, electron density is high, so as a result of which the repulsion force among the non-bonded electrons increases, thereby bond dissociation enthalpy decreases. Hence, so Cl2 is the stronger bond dissociation enthalpy than Br2, then so F2 and finally I2. I2 is least, highest is Cl2. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ Br2 ಗಿಂತ bond dissociation enthalpy fluorine ಗೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ. Is clear? Hence your option is Cl2, Br2, F2 and I2. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ F2 ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ because of small size 2p orbitals in case of fluorine. So the electron density is high, inter-electronic repulsion among the non-bonded electrons increases, as a result of which bond dissociation enthalpy decreases. Is clear? Hence third option is the right option for question number 129. Next, last one, fourth option. So fourth option is Br2, I2, F2, chlorine ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ Br2 least highest ಬರಲ್ಲ, chlorine highest ಬರೋದ್ರಿಂದ that is also wrong. Is clear? Next, question number 130. Question number 130. Variation of boiling points of the hydrogen halides is in the order of HF is greater than HI, HBr, HCl. What explains the higher boiling point of HF? So we know that in hydrogen fluoride, HF, again HF and HF. So there is intermolecular hydrogen bonding is exist between the HF molecules. So the attractive force operating between the most electronegative element like fluorine of one HF molecule and hydrogen atom of another hydrofluoric acid molecule. So because of the existence of hydrogen bonding, HF it has higher boiling point. That is why option 1 is bond energy of HF molecule is greater than in other hydrogen halides. Bond energy of HF is greater. Next option, the effect of nuclear shielding is much reduced in fluorine. So boiling point concept that depends upon the hydrogen bonding. So option 1 wrong, second one also wrong. Third one, electronegativity of fluorine is much higher than for other elements in the group. That is also wrong. There is a strong hydrogen bonding between HF molecules. So hydrogen bonding concept, that is the correct option for the question number 30. Fourth option is the right option. Next question number 131. Question number 131. Which one is strongest oxidizing agent? So among the oxo acids of chlorine, which one is the strongest oxidizing agent? But generally we know that oxidizing nature that depends upon the nuclear charge. So ಹಾಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ HClO4 perchloric acid ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, the oxidation state of chlorine is +7. ಹಂಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು perchloric acid strongest oxidizing agent ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. But HClO is unstable. Hypochlorous acid. So hypochlorous acid is unstable. It undergoes decomposition by itself to form HCl and O. Since it produces nascent oxygen, it becomes a good oxidizing agent. It is the strongest oxidizing agent. Hence for the question number 1, first option is the right option. Is clear? Next question number 132. Question number 132. Most basic element is. So among the given halogens, so fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So ಈಗ ನೀವು diatomic state ಅಲ್ಲಿ exist ಆಗ್ತವೆ halogens ಎಲ್ಲ CbF2, Cl2, Br2, I2. Most basic element. Generally we know that on moving down the group, ಸೊ ಇದು ಜನರಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದು. ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆನ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಡೌನ್ ದಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ atomic size increases. It's clear? Then metallic character increases. It's clear? Then again electropositive character increases. ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಏನು ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಆಸ್ ದ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ತಗೊಂಡೇನೆ, ನೀವು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಫ್ಲೋರಿನ್, ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್, ಬ್ರೋಮಿನ್, ಅಯೋಡಿನ್ ಈಗ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಆಸ್ ದ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, ಮೆಟಾಲಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, electropositive character increases, it means that the elements have the tendency to lose the electrons. So that is why elements have the tendency to lose the electrons easily. ನೋಡಿ, ಬಹಳ ಬೇಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ತವೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ತವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ, ಎಂತ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅದು? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು? ಅಯೋಡಿನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಅದೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 132, ದಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಯೋಡಿನ್. ಸೊ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 132 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ 3 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 133. Question number 133. Match the compound given in column 1 with the shape given in column 2 and mark the correct option. ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರೆ XE F6 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 133 XE F6 ಆಕ್ಟಾಹೆಡ್ರಲ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ 6 ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ 8 ಇದೆ, 6 ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ octahedral. This XF A1 ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ A1. ಸೊ A1 ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. A1 ಎರಡು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರಾಂಗ್, ಫೋರ್ತ್ ರಾಂಗ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಇವು XeO3. ಸೊ XeO3 ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪಿರಾಮಿಡಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಪಿರಾಮಿಡಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, Xe, ಸೊ ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್, ಸೊ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ O. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪಿರಾಮಿಡಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಪಿರಾಮಿಡಲ್? ಸೊ B3 ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ B3 ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸಾರಿ, B3 ಈ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್, A1 B3. ದೆನ್ XeOF4 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ C ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ A, B, C. XeOF4. ಸೊ Xe 4 fluorine atoms, one lone pair. So double bond O. So here one lone pair or double bond O, one lone pair. This is square pyramidal structure. It is called square pyramidal structure. This is square pyramidal structure. That is why. So C4 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. C4 can be observed in the second option. ನೋಡಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. C4. ದೆನ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ XeF4 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. D. XeF4. 2 lone pairs, 4 bond pairs. So Xe 4 bonds, XeF4 and 2 lone pairs. So what is the structure of this one? So this is called square planar. It is called square planar. So square planar 2. So D2. This is D2. Hence your option is second option. Is clear? Next, question number 134. In which of the following pairs both species are not isostructural? ನೋಡಿ, ಐಸೋಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಪೇರ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ದಿ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಆಟಮ್ and also same number of lone pairs and also bond pairs. NH3PH3 first option, NH3PH3 ನೋಡಿ, NH3PH3 both the compounds having one lone pair. So these are sp3 hybridization. Is clear? Pyramidal structure ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? So sp3 pyramidal structure. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ ಐಸೋಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್. ದೆನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ XeF4 ಈಸ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, 2 ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್ ಪ್ಲೇನಾರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. XeO4 ಏನಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ, XeO4 ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೆಟ್ರಾಹೆಡ್ರಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ tetrahedral. So Xe double bond O, it is like this. All the 8 electrons are involved. It is sp3 hybridization. But here square planar. So 4 plus 4 by 2. So here 8 plus 4 by 2. So valence electrons 8 plus 4. Monovalent atoms 4, 8 plus 4 by 2. So 6. So means sp3 sp3D. So sp3D2. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ sp3D2 hybridization, but only 4 bond pairs. So under two lone pairs. So number of lone pairs. So lone pair is equal to 2. Bond pair is 4. Is clear? That is why. So it has square planar structure. Type of hybridations are different. Type of hybridations are different. So that is why. So these are not isostructural. Not isostructural. Hence second option is the right option. So then third one is silicon tetracoid and PCl4 sp3 hybridized. Diamond and silicon carbide, they are also sp3 hybridized shape structure. For the question number 134, second option is the right option. They are not isostructural. Next, question number 135. Question number 135. Assertion. Mixture of helium and oxygen is used for the respiration for deep sea divers. So assertion is right. So for the question number 135, assertion is the correct. Yake deep sea divers, they carry helium and oxygen mixture. So because helium is less soluble in blood. A reason is given, helium is soluble in blood. That is wrong. Helium is soluble in blood. So in the earlier days, oxygen nitrogen mixtures are used, but when compared to helium, nitrogen is more soluble. That is why instead of nitrogen nowadays helium is used. Is clear? So because helium is less soluble in blood. So option 1, both assertion and reasons are true. Assertion is true, reason is false. Assertion is true, reason is false. That is why for the question number 135, fourth option is the right option. So reason false is the assertion right. Next, question number 136. Question number 136. In an SN1 reaction on chiral centers, there is, we know that in case of SN1 reaction, so SN1 reaction that leads to the formation of racemization. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ 100% retention not possible, 100% inversion is not possible, 100% racemization is not possible. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ in case of SN1 reaction, so the tertiary carbocation is generated, nucleophilic attack takes place either from any direction, but initially nucleophile cannot attach to the carbon from the side of halogen or from the side of leaving group. That becomes very difficult. That is why inversion. So inversion is greater than the retention. Inversion is greater than the retention. That leads to partial racemization. Partial racemization. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 100% racemization ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ 50% inversion configuration, 50% ರಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆಯೋ ಅದೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೋಫೈಲ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ರಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ವರ್ಷನ್, ಅಟ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ attacks to the, or a nucleophile attacks to the carbon atom from the side opposite to that of leaving group. That is 100% inversion. Is clear? That is not possible. Then 100% racemization. So 50% D form, 50% L form is formed ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೋಫಿಲಿಕ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಇಂದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಯಾಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ nucleophile attacks to the carbon atom from the side of leaving group, it becomes difficult. That is why inversion configuration is greater than the retention. That is why inversion is greater than retention. It means that it undergoes partial racemization. Hence, your option is fourth option, inversion more than the retention leading to partial racemization. So fourth option is the right option for question number 136. Next, 137. Question number 137. Which of the following can be used for the preparation of alkyl halides? Preparation of alkyl halides. First option. ನೋಡಿ 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ Ethanol reacts with HCl in the presence of anhydrous zinc chloride. That is right. So first option is the first point is correct. That is a method of preparation of ethyl chloride. Second point, ethanol reacts with HCl. No, it is a primary alcohol. It requires anhydrous zinc chloride. Is clear? It proceeds via SN1 reaction. SN1 reaction takes place in the presence of, ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, SN1 ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ SN1 ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ in SN1 reaction polar protic solvents are required, but here it undergoes SN2 reaction. ಯಾವುದು? ethanol with HCl, it proceeds via SN2. In SN2 reactions polar protic solvents not required. That is why second one is not possible. Then in the third one, so third case, tertiary butyl alcohol, that is more reactive, hence even in the absence of anhydrous zinc chloride the reaction occurs. In the third one is right. Then fourth one, secondary alcohol reacts with HCl in the presence of zinc chloride, that is also possible. Fourth one is also right. Hence first, third and fourth are correct. First, third and fourth are correct, means third option is the right option for question number 137. First, third and fourth only. Next, question number 138. Question number 138. Ethyl chloride with the silver fluoride to form ethyl fluoride and HCl. This reaction is called a halogen exchange reaction. Halogen exchange reaction. In this case, either chlorine or bromine replaced by fluorine. Therefore, this reaction is called Swartz reaction. This is called Swartz reaction. Therefore, your option is second option. But in the first case, not a Hunts-Dicker reaction. In case of Hunts-Dicker reaction, in the first option, in Hunts-Dicker reaction, silver salts of carboxylic acids on heating with bromine to form alkyl bromide. That is why Hunts-Dicker reaction, it involves the conversion of silver salts of carboxylic acids to alkyl halides. Is clear? So that is why, so for the question number 138, second option is the right option. Next, question number 139. Question number 139. Which of the following sequence of reactions can be used for the conversion of? Note question number 139. When ethyl benzene is given, so ethyl benzene, it reacts with, so that is converted into vinyl benzene. Ethyl benzene C6H5CH2CH3. Ethyl benzene. So when it is treated with sulfuryl chloride SO2Cl2, so one of the hydrogen atom from the second carbon atom, it is replaced by one chlorine. It means that elimination of HCl takes place. In addition to this, SO2 is lost. Then this hydrogen atom is replaced by chlorine to form the compound. So to form C6H5CHClCH3. Chlorophenyl ethane. So when it is heated with alcoholic potassium hydroxide solution, it undergoes dehydrohallucination. Dehydrohallucination. So here one chlorine and one beta hydrogen, it is eliminated as HCl. but this HCl which reacts with KOH to form KCl and H2O. Hence, in this case, we get an unsaturated compound C6H for CH, double bond CH2. This is called vinyl group. Vinyl benzene is formed. So therefore, your option is second option. Second option is the right option. First, it is treated with sulfuryl, not sulfonyl chloride. ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾರ್ಜನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಲ್ವಾ, ನೋಡಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಡಾರ್ಜನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಕಹಾಲ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಸಲ್ಫೋನಿಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಡಾರ್ಜನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಲ್ಫೋನಿಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಲ್ಫ್ಯೂರಿಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ sulfuryl chloride, not sulfonyl or thionyl chloride. Next question number 140. Question number 140. Arrange the given set of compounds in the order of increasing boiling points. So alkyl chlorides are given. 1 chloropropane, isopropyl chloride. These are the two isomers. Among the isomeric compounds, straight chain compounds have higher boiling points than branched chain compounds. That is why first one has higher boiling point than second one. Then in the third one, chlorobutane, one more carbon atom is there. So as the number of carbon atoms increases, boiling point increases. So therefore, third one has a higher boiling point. Then first one, least one, second one. So boiling point is in the order. Third one is highest boiling point because it contains more number of carbon atoms. Chlorobutane. Is clear? Third one is highest. So it can be observed in second and third option. Then second one is least. Second one is least in third option. Hence third option is the right option. Is clear? Second one least. Third one is highest. Next. Question number 141. Question number 141. Which of the following has the highest melting point and the least solubility in a given solvent? Highest melting point and least soluble. So question number 141. So in the given compounds, ortho-dichlorobenzene and para-dichlorobenzene is given. In case of para-dichlorobenzene, so para-dichlorobenzene, this has a symmetrical structure. In para-dichlorobenzene, the molecules are closely arranged. Since the particles are closely arranged, are closely packed, therefore the melting point is high. So these molecules are closely packed. Hence they have high melting points and they are least soluble in water. Hence for the question number 141, second option is the right option, para-dichlorobenzene. Next question number 142. Question number 142. In the reaction sequence, ethyl chloride with potassium cyanide, alcoholic potassium cyanide, ethyl chloride, C2H5Cl on treatment with alcoholic potassium cyanide, KCN in the presence of alcohol. So the Cl and K eliminated as KCl to form C2H5CN, ethyl cyanide. So ethyl cyanide is X. Then it is subjected to hydrolysis. So H3O plus acid hydrolysis. So in this case, cyanide group, CN group is converted into COOH group. Hence, so we get C2H5COOH. This is called propanoic acid. So its molecular formula is C3H6O2. C3H6O2. So your option is first option. Is clear? For the question number 142, first option is the right option. Note sequence and note. So chlorides are converted into cyanides by treating with alcoholic solution of potassium cyanide. Then cyanides are subjected to hydrolysis. We get the respective carboxylic acids. Next question number 143. Question number 143. What is the end product in the following sequence of operations. Ethylamine, C2H5NH2, ethylamine. It is an example for aliphatic primary amine. On treatment with nitrous acid HNO2, so this can be written as OHNO. The reaction occurs like this. So CN bond as well as NH bond break simultaneously. This OH group attached to ethyl group to form ethanol, C2H5OH, along with the liberation of nitrogen and water. So N2 and S2 are eliminated. Ethanol, A is ethanol. Then this A, on treatment with the PCl5, phosphorus pentachloride, alcohols reacts with phosphorus pentachloride to form ethyl chloride, C2H5Cl. So along with the elimination of POCl3 and HCl, these are the common eliminated byproducts. Then this ethyl chloride, on heating with ammonia, alcoholic ammonia, so 1Cl and 1H eliminated as HCl to form C2H5NH2. So this is called ethylamine. Ethylamine. So third option is the right option for 143, ethylamine, CTH5NH2. Next, question number 144. Elimination reaction generally occurs with the formation of. So in general, we know that. So elimination reaction. So alkyl halides are haloalkenes. So or CH2CH2X. So ನಾನು ಒಂದು general compound ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. Elimination reaction, so when it is heated with alcoholic potassium hydroxide solution, it undergoes a dehydrohalogenation. Is it clear? The halogen atom attached to carbon is alpha. The carbon atom attached to alpha carbon atom is beta. It is beta elimination. The hydrogen from beta carbon and halogen eliminated. Then it leads to the formation of RCH double bond CH2. The compound which contains double bond, carbon-carbon double bond. It means that, so one pi bond is introduced. One pi bond. So elimination reaction generally occurs with the formation of one pi bond. So it contains one pi bond. So therefore, your option is second option. Second option is the right option for question number 144. Next, question number 145. Question number 145. In the following chemical reactions, the compounds A and B respectively are. So aniline, it is subjected to diazotization reaction. ನೋಡಿ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು? Sodium nitrate and dilute HCl at 298 Kelvin room temperature ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 298 Kelvin. Aniline reacts with sodium nitrate at 298 Kelvin. So A is, it is a diazotation reaction. A is benzene diazonium chloride. So when aniline C6H5NH2 which reacts with sodium nitrite NaNO2 and HCl. So 298 Kelvin ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 25 degree ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So actually that is wrong. 0 to 5 degree ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಇರಲಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. So A is benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride. So N double bond NCN. Is clear? This is called benzene diazonium chloride. So A is benzene diazonium chloride. Then this benzene diazonium chloride on treatment with HbF4 followed by heating. So HbF4 fluoroboric acid. So followed by heating. So finally we get. So here 1H and 1Cl is eliminated HCl. BF3 is eliminated boron trifluoride. And this N2 gas is eliminated, N2. Then one fluorine atom is directly attached to benzene ring to form fluorobenzene. So fluorobenzene. Hence, benzene diazonium chloride and fluorobenzene. So these are the products. fluorobenzene and benzene diazonium chloride. Your option is benzene diazonium chloride and fluorobenzene. First option is the right option. First one is the right option. Next, question number 146. Question number 146. Silver benzoate reacts with bromine to form silver benzoate. So this is called the benzoate group, COOAZ, silver benzoate. On heating with bromine, this reaction is called Huns-Dicker reaction. So here one AZ and one Br eliminated as AZBr. Then this CO2 is eliminated, CO2. So finally one bromine atom is directly attached to benzene ring to form bromobenzene. Hence your answer is, so first option benzene, second option, so that is the bromine benzoate, that is not possible. Third one, the reaction is electrophilic substitution reaction type, that is not possible. Fourth one is C6H5Br. So this is the C6H5Br, bromobenzene. Hence fourth option is the right option for question number 146. Next, question number 147. Question number 147. On chlorination followed by hydrolysis, which of the following gives chloroform? On chlorination and followed by hydrolysis, which of the following gives chloroform? Note, chlorination followed by hydrolysis, which gives chloroform. Chloroform reaction, chloroform and iodoform type reactions. The compound which contains terminal COCH3 group. Note, observe model. So formation of chloroform. This is possible only when the compound should containing COCH3 group. So this kind of group is present in the given sample or given compound, then it can form chloroform. So when acetaldehyde CH3CHO, it is subjected to chlorination. All the three hydrogen atoms are replaced by 3 chlorine. So we get CCl3CHO. This is called chloral or trichloroacetaldehyde. Then it is subjected to hydrolysis. So hydrolysis means base hydrolysis on treatment with sodium hydroxide. So trichloroacetaldehyde or chloral, it gives. So here H and CCl3 to form CHCl3 along with HCOONA, sodium formate is obtained. So this CHCl3 is called chloroform. So chloroform is obtained by the reaction between acetaldehyde, so it is subjected to chlorination followed by base hydrolysis. Hence, for the question number 147, second option is the right option. Next, question number 148. IUPAC name, ನೋಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ DDT ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ಇದನ್ನ. ಡೈಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಡೈಫಿನೈಲ್ ಟ್ರೈಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಈಥೇನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. IUPAC ನೇಮ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇದು ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಗೆ. ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್. Chlorine atom, then CHCl3 So here CH, Cl3, Cl, Cl, Cl. So what is this? Is actually it is DDT, dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. Actually it is para dash dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. Its IUPAC name is, so numbering start from this end. This is 1, this is 2. Then agar ee second carbon atom matte substitute groups idave. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Again this is 1, 2, 3, 4. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡೈಫಿನೈಲ್ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಡೈಫಿನೈಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡೈಫಿನೈಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇರ್. ನೀವು ಡೈಫಿನೈಲ್ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಡೈಫಿನೈಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಇದು ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಡೈಫಿನೈಲ್. ನೀವು ಇದ್ರ ನೇಮ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಟು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್, ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ Greek prefixes like bis, tris, such type of prefixes are used. So for this reason, second person ನೋಡಿ, ಎರಡನೇ ಪರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಫಿನೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದೇ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫಿನೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ 2,2 bis 2,2. ಸೊ bis 2,2. So what is its name? So phenyl, 4-chlorophenyl. 2,2 bis 4-chloro. No, this is 4-chlorophenyl. 4-chlorophenyl. Done. ಈಗ ಈ ನೇಮ್ ಮುಗಿತು ನಿಮಗಿಲ್ಲ. 2,2 bis means 2 ಅಂತ, 2 4-chlorophenyl. 1,1,1 ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದನೇ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ 1 ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್, 1,1,1 trichloro. Only there are 2 carbon atoms in the chain, ethane, trichloroethane. So this is the IUPAC name of DDT. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, 2,2 bis 4-chlorophenyl, 1,1,1 trichloroethane. So your option is second option. So second option is the right option for question number 148. Next, question number 149. Question number 149. Ethylidene dichloride on treatment with aqueous KOH it gives. So what is the formula of ethylidene chloride? CH3 CHClCl. This is ethylidene chloride on treatment with aqueous KOH. So on treatment with aqueous KOH, it contains 2 chlorine atoms. That is why 1 molecule of ethylidene chloride consumes 2 molecules of potassium hydroxide, and these 2 chlorine atoms are replaced by 2 OH groups. So it is eliminated as 2 KCl to form CH3 CH OH OH. 2 chlorine atoms are replaced by 2 OH groups. So 2 moles KCl eliminate ಆಯಿತು. Then in this case, in a compound, if 2 OH groups are attached to same carbon, such compounds are highly unstable. Immediately it loses a molecule of water. ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. It is eliminated as H plus, and at the same time this OH group takes up the bonding electrons and eliminated as OH minus. H plus and OH minus, it loses a molecule of water to form CH3 CH double bond O. This is acetaldehyde. Hence your option is first option, CH3CHO. So first option is the right option for question number 149. Next, question number 150. Question number 150. Two chlorobutane by chlorination of butane will be 2 chlorobutane CH3 CHCl CH to CH3. This is a secondary alkyl halide. Secondary alkyl halides, it undergoes both SN1 as well as SN2 reaction. But it follows SN1 reaction. SN1 reaction leads to racemic form. Means it can form both D and L form. Mixture of D and L forms are formed. Hence, your option is, so for the question number 150, so option is third option. Third option is the right option for question number 150. Is clear? So, ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಏನು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತವೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನು ಪೇಪರ್ಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಪ್ರತಿ ಸರಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಕಲಿತು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್.